Okay, well, hello there everyone and welcome to the Notebook. This is the NRL. This is a new thing for the new season. We're going to be running two notebooks, one for the SFR League and one for NRL. So welcome to this week's NRL Notebook. We head to Bahrain short. We have all new driver lineups in the league this year. Not many driver changes. They're pretty much carried over from last year. So I will very quickly run through the driver lineups, the team lineups, and have a quick chat about them. So start off as always with Ferrari, the constructors champions. Won the constructors by 57 points last year. They will be having the same team lineup as as is only fair for them to try and defend their title. So we lead with Holmesy, a three-time World Drivers Champion in NRL, and one in SFR as well. So four times. 68-point gap he won the league by last year, with 5 wins and 10 podiums. He's joined by Dace. Dace finished P14 in the league last year. Now Dace is currently learning the wheel, so I'm expecting him to absolutely, maybe a bit of a slow start to the season, but I'm expecting him to absolutely fly because he is on a controller. He is definitely a top 10 driver, and yeah, I think on the wheel he could push on. So we're a lot to expect from Dace. Let's see what happens. Now AlphaTauri, they finished second in the constructors. They beat Red Bull by 3 points. You know, the junior team beating the adult team. So that's that, basically. They're going to be retaining the services of Steinzat. Now, Steinzat finished second in the NRL league last year. My memory of Stein is the round 1 opener of last season in Australia. Dry race, and then all of a sudden, and he was nowhere. He got in an incident on turn 1, lap 1, I think, or beginning of lap 1. He was at the back. He was nowhere. His strategy wasn't paying off. I think he was just struggling the whole race. And all of a sudden, the rain came, and this is where he pulled it out and absolutely smashed it and won the race. Absolutely fantastic drive. So he is definitely a championship contender for this year. He's a great driver. So hopefully he'll come good and push. Toss says he's going to push Holmesy all the way, so that should be that. He's going to be teaming up with Juan. Juan finished 26th in the Drivers' Championship last year, but he had a great end to the season. He was really on form. Unlucky in Singapore, where he was on for a really, really strong points finish, which happened quite a lot on occasion, but a bit of inconsistency, a few mistakes, and accidents that weren't his fault, basically. But in Singapore, he was in strong points finish and then hit the wall, and yeah, the rest is history. So Red Bull finished third. From my notes here that I've been given, they could either finish third, top 3, or bottom 3. I think they've got quite possibly inconsistent driver lineup, but we have Zandvoort, who finished 12th, on and off reserve driver. Hopefully he'll try and be in the league as much as he possibly can this year and push on. But he is a top driver. I mean, he in the SFR race, he raced last year. I think he won. So yeah, he's got race winning potential. He'll be teaming up with Will. Again, from my notes here that I've been given, he could either be a top 5 driver in a race or a bottom 5 driver in the race. Very inconsistent. And we'll see how we go. But he loves the Red Bull. That's his team. He loves the Red Bull. So he shall be strong in that Honda power. Williams finished 4th. They will be having Cali Robb. Finished 10th, but he only joined from round 7, so only did half the season. Multiple podium sitter and definitely a championship contender. Yerdy in the other Williams, he had, again, such a strong finish to the season last year. Scored points in the final 4 races, so he is massively on form, and I am expecting him to really push on again this year and carry that form over. Mercedes, they finished 5th. One to watch, apparently. One to watch, and I agree with that as well. Dommy Lee finished 4th. He is a race winner and another championship contender. Again, another driver who, on his day, can absolutely obliterate the field. He'll be teaming up with Exotic, who finished 11th in the Drivers' Championship last year, but he is showing great form. Great form he is showing. He's really coming on. He's racing in, at least that I know of, 3 or 4 leagues, SFR, NRL, and FRL. So the 3 leagues that we are partnered with. So he's getting lots of race experience and practice in, and he is definitely going to be one to watch as well. Renault finished 6th in the championship last year, but again, probably championship contenders again. There could be, you know, outside bets for it, with Mr. Woot or Mr. Internet. Hopefully he can regain his season 1 and season 2, well, all of season 1 form, because he was brilliant in that, and beginning of season 2 form. So hopefully he can regain it and really crack on to up the heights, basically. And he's teaming up with Ben Smith, or Mr. Points. So we've got Mr. Internet and Mr. Points Finish. He literally scores points in every race as he comes in. He is unbelievably consistent, stays out of trouble, but he's not easy to fight with. He's, you know, he's very, he knows where to play. That's the thing, he knows where to place the car. He's not aggressive in his defensive moves. He's just thinks about everything. So definitely one to watch out for there, I believe. McLaren finished 7th. Now the notes here say they've got 2 midfield drivers. I don't particularly agree with that. I think Stewart is a race winner. Stewart is very, very consistent, very, very quick. Has a few issues sometimes with track limits, but who doesn't? I know I do, and even the best do as well. Look at Lewis Hamilton the other week. So I think McLaren, they're my bet for this season, I reckon. If they can, you know, because he's teaming up with Henry. Now, Henry is one to watch. His pace has been unreal. Whenever I look on the time trial boards, he is at the top or very near the top. I think he's got a very particular driving style, because whenever I try and use his setups, I am all over the place. So I think his driving style suits him perfectly, and he's learnt that. So I'm going to go outside bet. I'm going to put my money on McLaren winning the Constructors this year. I think they're going to be up there. I think they're going to be race winning and up there. Plus McLaren are my favourite team. Let's go to Alfa Romeo. They finished 8th, but they've got an all-new driver lineup this year with Kachow. He finished 3rd in the Drivers' Championship. Again, from my notes, this is not my words. I won't tell you whose words they are, but I'll read it in his accent. He's a very quick driver, but he bottles it under pressure. Don't know who that could be. Sounds a bit Scottish, but who knows? Probably bad. I do apologise. Yeah, so apparently you can bottle it under pressure. So I've said it before. Put Kachow at the front, he will win. Put him at the back, and he will struggle. So he needs to be towards the front, but I think he'll be there or thereabouts. And I'm definitely pushing for the Drivers' Championship. Teaming up with Delta, finished 21st last year. Bit Bottas-like Delta, not in the sense that he's a wingman, number 2, but no, opposite to Bottas, should I say. Bottas always starts the in real life season really strongly and then fades off towards the end. Delta is the opposite. He starts off slowly, works his way up to a top 10 finish towards the end of the season. So yeah, hopefully he can merge the two together and become a top 10 driver for the whole season, because he's showing great form at the minute. Racing Point finished 9th. They've got Tos the Keba, who finished P5 last year. Another one to watch with his new wheel. You know, he's not racing with a toy anymore. He's got a big boy wheel. So let's see what happens there. Again, definitely one to watch. You know, won his first race in Japan last year, so I think he's there. He's going to be there. Teaming up with Teduardo, finished 13th. Again, solid midfield driver, but he is showing some really good form. He's definitely getting quicker as last season went on, and I'm expecting him to be a top 10 driver. Say that about everyone, but you know, the midfield is so tight. The midfield is where it's at. That's where it's at. So yeah, I'm expecting big things from Teduardo. And Haas finished 10th last year. Suppose you can't really call him a rookie because he did race last year, but notes here, we've got Sam Spaniel, who obviously came in quite late towards the end of the season. Quite an inconsistent driver in that part, but he showed pace, and that's the thing. You know, he got half a season behind him, and he's only going to make him stronger for this season. He knows some of the drivers he's driving with now, so he knows who to fight, who not to fight, and hopefully he can get on some strong finishes. Teaming up with the experience of Mark of Kenya, race winner, lost at Brazil by 0.007. Call him the James Bond of the league. Who knows? Definitely an outside bet for the. I wouldn't even say outside bet. I'd say he's definitely a bet for the to at least get to the gala, the top 3 gala at the NRL Awards next season. So yeah, that's the teams, that's the drivers, and let's head to Bahrain. So Bahrain International Circuit. Built in 2004 by after it was requested for by the Crown Prince Sheikh Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa. Whoa, got it out. Shimi won the first race in 2004, followed by his teammate Barrichello in the Ferrari. So that could be, you know, Ferrari 1-2, could be another Ferrari 1-2, even though we are doing the short version this week. Home to the famous Alonso quote, "Oh, the dame, you have to leave the space," after Nico Rosberg pushed him off wide. And also, obviously, we've got the infamous man on fire, man on flames, the Phoenix, Romain Grosjean, after he smashed into the barrier last season in real life at on the exit of 3, running up towards turn 4. So, talking of the track, before I go too much into it, let's ride on board with someone who is pretty good at this game. Take it away, Van Rocco.
Hello everyone, to the first edition of the NRL Hot Lap. For our first race we're going to be racing at Bahrain Short and not, as you can see on the screen, the whole layout of Bahrain. The lap is going to be brought to us by Monroco, who sadly is not going to be a full-time driver. That's why he chose to do the lap in the My Team car. As he comes down the straight, obviously full throttle, gears wide open, braking at approximately the 100 meter board, going down into third, short shift into fourth, takes the curb very nicely, wide line to set up the entry and exit out of the corner, which is very different compared to the full layout. Using all of the curb for the braking, nice apex, just kissing the curb up the hill. Don't touch the curb on the inside, you will just lose the car. Wide entry again, late apex, just kissing the curb on the inside, let the car run wide. And into the last corner we go. Once again, braking on the curb, using all the track on the outside, let the car run wide and open the DRS and just wait for the start finish line. Great lap by Monroco, which is a 58.488, pretty decent lap. For pole we are probably going to look at a high 57 to low 58. And yeah, thanks for watching. See you on Saturday on the track.
Wonderful. So that was a hot lap by me in my AFC Bournemouth inspired livery car. Very hard track. No, it's not a hard track. I'd lie. It's not hard. It's just, it's different. And that's what makes it hard, I think. Because you get the turn, you're so used to doing Bahrain, you get turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, and all of a sudden you got to turn right. You're turning right basically into the barrier that Grosjean smashed into. And yeah, it's a great track. It's so fast, it's so quick. You're looking at about a 57 to 58 second pole position. To get on pole, you're looking about that. Racing laps, 1 minute 1, 1 minute 2, 1 minute 3, probably around that for a good consistent drive. You'll see what happens. It is a one stop, soft medium, soft hard. And Honesy won last season's race. He got P1, followed by Cali Robb and Mark of Kenya in P3. It's been home to the NRL finale in seasons 1 and seasons 3. It's being the opener at Bahrain Short this year. Something different. It's, you know, I do love a short track every now and again, so it's all good. So let's have a quick chat about the track. Obviously you saw in the hot lap, you've run the long run down the pit lane, pit straight to turn 1, heavy braking zone, good overtaking spot. And then you've got turn 1, turn 2, and then turn 3. Now these 3 corners are very hard, tricky to get the power down on. Quite off camber, you feel the car rolling a little bit. I would say some drivers do struggle out of there, but Mazepin, can you really call him a driver? Dropped it on the exit of 3 for no apparent reason other than just that he's a bit throttle happy. So yeah, but they are tricky, I will admit, especially the middle part of turn 2. Exit 1 into 2 is very, you do feel the car going. You've got to watch that inside curb at 2. And I don't know about you, you probably saw in my hot lap video, I lost the rear end a little bit at when you're turning right into turn 4. It does feel like it doesn't want to go. and I was really struggling with the rear end. I spun on quite a few occasions, so I think we're going to see a few of that, because it's not natural to turn right there. You know, it's not, you know, everyone's done practice, but in your head you're still thinking long run down, DRS, turn 4 at the top of the hill rather than turn 4 halfway down. So yeah, but that leads you back on to the straight where you'd come off turn 10. So thankfully you miss off the infamous turn 10, the worst corner on the F1 calendar in my opinion, and probably in quite a few people's. And then you head to turn 5, long sweeper. Turn 6, curb of death, watch that. Turn 7, 8, and yeah, then you got another straight and finish the lap. Basically another right-hander and you finish the lap is done and dusted. It's very fast, as I've said before, and I reckon you're going to see a lot of overtakes. If you make a mistake on lap 1, unfortunately you probably will end up getting lapped, so you're going to have to fight back. But it's 57 laps, 57 minutes an hour or so, and yeah, you're gonna love it. I don't know if I'm going to driving yet, I'm not sure, but if I do, then I'm going to enjoy it as well. So we'll see what happens. I'm looking forward to season 4 of NRL. Obviously we are in the run up to the new game, so who's going to get the final F1 2020 Drivers' Championship? Will it be Holmesy? Will it be Stein? Will it be Henry? I'm going to put Henry there for a possible World Drivers' Champion, if he can just keep the consistency. And as Mark of Kenya, again, great driver. We'll see what happens. I can't think of everyone else, so that's it basically. I'll leave it at that. Hope you have a wonderful rest of the week. Get your practice in, and we'll see you all on the grid on Saturday. Right then, final bit of the NRL notebook that comes along to the predictions. Who's predicted what? Who's going to predict who? Sure to cause some discussion and maybe a few said words in the Discord in the lead up. We'll see what happens. So let's have a look then. We have first prediction in from Toss the Caber. Simple one, Ben to crash / spin. There's that. There you go. Ben has Ben, Tiny Darth Bike, etc. Both Renault in the points. Tedwardo, double Racing Point in the points. Exotic, Toss to spin, Honesy to win, and Dommy on the podium. Henry has got Toss to win, Dommy on the podium, and a safety car in the final 8 laps. Honesy, Henry on pole. Henry on pole and to win, so pole to flag win for Henry, and a Kachow rage quit / DNF. Now mine, I'm going to go for a double McLaren points finish, and I will probably say that I will go for a Kachow pole. Yeah, Kachow pole, and yeah, both McLaren in the points. Let's go with that. Let's say that. There we go. So that is the notebook over and done with for NRL. Look forward to seeing you all on Saturday. If I race or not, who knows? I've got to make sure see if the wife lets me, or if there is any seats. You never know. It's a full grid, so we'll see what happens. Other than that, I shall leave you in peace. Have a great rest of the week. Stay safe, and that's that. All right. See you later. Bye bye.